and we've come into this realm from another realm of eternity through the sacred fluids of our mother's womb, sparked by the sacred fluid of our fathers. And then we got no support in realizing the sacredness, the sanctity, and the divinity of being, the divinity of all life. All right. So this is what I address and what I speak to, because after all of this, we still are not exalting the reality that we are these living, loving, intelligent, potent, immortal points of an absolute and supreme intelligence that has been under the auspices of a people who have no regard, no respect, no reverence, no appreciation for life itself. And then we follow them.
Yes.
And I'm saying we never had to prove our equality or our parity with these ones.
Yes.
It was always for us to seek that which is the source of our being, that which is beating our hearts and breathing us. And we know that we have emerged from a history wrought with all kinds of tragedy, and we have endured so much, but we are not in a better place per se, because we are dealing with all of these issues from AIDS to zits. And have become freaking cash cows in multi-trillion-dollar business of sickness, illness, disease, and death as popular in common activity, collective learning and education, the path of prosperity. Now, how did I get to that? Is because I knocked, I sought, I cared in college to figure out what the hell am I living for if the only thing I'm living for is to work for another 50, 60 years after coming out of college, ill prepared to do anything to make a difference in the world. Right?
Yes.
And I would rather not be here. I'm not going to live 50, 60 years trading men like you trade shoes, watch everybody die, and I not be able to do anything about it. So I made a commitment. And the commitment that I made was, let me live to make a difference in this world, or let me not live at all. But I refuse to be enslaved.
There you go.
And so here we are 47 years later after that commitment at 20. And so I returned to where it was I came into the world in Atlanta. I've been here this entire time since graduating with presidential honors, organizational honors, leadership honors, scholastic honors from the University of Florida in 1979 as a psychology major. But I have been in a place and space where I realized that there should be no death in the realm of eternity. And our socialization has taught us to believe in dying. But I refuse. And people will justify their continual violation of themselves with the excuse that they must die from something. And so I came out of college vegetarian and have refined over the years, because I realized that our perfect and divine functioning as human beings, that nobody is designed to eat the flesh of dead animals, because the primary law of existence is thou shalt not kill. If thou shalt not kill, then thou shalt not eat of the flesh of that which has been killed. And because we are in a lawful universe with natural laws, and we have been taught by lawless ones, and I'm reminding us that man does not make law. There is law that is an inherent part of existence. Perfection is an inherent part of existence. We were perfectly and divinely designed to be able to consistently renew, rebirth, regenerate, rejuvenate, revitalize, and revivify, so that we literally are the progression of our lineages. So from the time we were typed female and male in our mother's womb, destiny was becoming wombed men, the perpetuator of lineages, and men, the progenitor of lineages. And the genocide is intended to phase our lineages out of existence. That now we have generations that are not trying to have children, don't want to have children. We've aborted so many of our children. And then we've got so many other ones that are coming into the world through such toxicity that they have already been marginalized before they even get out of the womb. And so I am calling us as voice on behalf of our liberation, as one who has asked and knocked to have an understanding and an understanding as to how do we respond to it. You understand? So we're all seeing, we're all experiencing it. We've all been dealing with the sickness, the illness, the disease, the death of our family members, you know, the accidents, the car crashes, the drownings, the shootings. You understand? So we have to be reminded that we are literally in the presence of this absolute and supreme intelligence that we refer to as God, that is life itself.
Mm.
Yes.
Right? I come from a line of ministers, but I've not been to church since I was 11 because no one could talk to me about why the people die. Mommy, if the people are the children of God and God does not die, then why are the people dying?
Mm.
As a 6-year-old. And so at this particular point in time, I'm calling us to remember.
Yeah.
I'm calling us to care. I'm calling us to want to rise as our right response to an initiative that is intended to make sure that we don't. But everybody thinks that they have the right to their own theories and opinions. We think that we were given by God the free will to kill ourselves.
Right. Mm.
And we weren't.
Right? And I'm saying, you know, the issue is that we were told to know the truth and the truth would make us free. We were not told to follow the uh, the principles, the precepts, the statutes, and the legalese of a people who beat us, raped us, enslaved us, and now they're pulling our breasts and they're taking our wombs and they're taking our ovaries and they're taking our fallopian tubes and they're taking all of that. So dealing with a people who figured out a way to rob the pharaoh's tombs,
Mm.
right? Then they've gone across the planet on their anthropological and archaeological digs, and they have found the artifacts of those who seemingly are no longer present, and they store them away in the Vatican and in the museums and this and that. And then they figured out a way to literally rob the temples of the living gods and goddesses of
Mm-hmm.
our wealth, our riches, our platinum, our gold, our ore, our copper, our silver, all of that which has given us or should have given us a direct connect to our ancients in this realm of eternity. And now we have been robbed blind of our care, our courage, our faith, our intelligence, our wisdom, our capacity to rightly respond to that which is detriment to ourselves. We become detrimental to ourselves. You
Right.
understand? So I'm just saying, after all of that, there's very little left. And to
Yeah.
have us in a place where we export our life currency for a paper currency, take the paper currency and buy meat, dairy, eggs, chicken, fish, flesh, flour, alcohol, tobacco, marijuana, vaping, this, that, and the other, so that we are literally participating
Yeah.
in undermining ourselves and wasting our lives and deplenishing and depleting our life currency. And
Yeah.
I call that death.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm saying it says the wages of sin is death. That's what they
Yeah.
say.
Right.
And I'm saying we're already in the realm of eternity. We don't see death anywhere in the air. Why are y'all killing yourselves?
Mm.
Why y'all supporting the people who don't care for you, who
Yes.
don't love you? Why are you making sure that 99 cents out of every dollar goes back to them, and then you bring all of this contamination, so that the methodology of our oppression has been to poison the bloodstream. Now the spirit is charged upon the blood. We are not our bodies. We are in these bodies.
Mm-hmm.
And the way that we should have been cultivated was to literally consume that which is oxygenating, hydrating, mineralizing, alkalizing, and facilitative of cellular repair, regeneration, rejuvenation, revitalization, elimination, and what I refer to as the blood of Christ. A blood
Mhm.
that supports the consciousness of one who knows the harmony of itself, its will, its love, its law with its creator. My Father and I are one.
Yes.
That's what I am advocating as the tool and the protocols for our liberation, particularly where veganism and vegetarianism is so called trending. And I'm saying that we are intelligences of existence. We do not have to have any of that they call food. We're having to make a discernment between that which is food, which is oppressive, the meat, the dairy, the eggs, the chicken, the fish, the alcohol, the tobacco. That's not even the food. Those are the weapons of mass destruction.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
But in terms of the pancakes, waffles, breads, biscuits, pretzels, donuts, croissants, all of that, food, we are looking at food as oppressive. Food is the root of our illness. And then you have those weapons of mass destruction, the white sugar, which is the most pervasively used, misused, and abused drug in the world. It is the gateway drug to all other drugs, and they give it to us as
Wow.
Yes. Yeah.
all
That
right.
part.